I'm going to show you how to start You're So Vain, which is our little neck kerchief that we just published. You're going to start with a long tail cast on of either 3 or 4 stitches. It's going to be 3 if you are doing most of the weights and 4 if you're doing fingering. And we start with an I-cord. So you're going to take your 3 stitches and slide to the edge of your needle, and we knit them, not using the tail. And that is 1 row. So check your pattern to find out how many rows you need to do. We tried to calculate it so that no matter what weight of yarn you work in, you will end up with about 19 inches after blocking. That was the goal. We thought that was a good size. So if you are a loose knitter or a tight knitter, you can adjust that by giving yourself more or less stitches. But I would increase the number of rows that you do if you do want to modify this. I would increase by sets of 4 because you're doing a 4-stitch cable. And you want to make sure that when you get to the end for the point and the buttonhole, you are in the right spot to be able to follow the pattern to finish off your project. Otherwise, you'll have to improvise. So let's look at what we've got. We have 3 stitches, and each stitch has a column, and we are going to rotate the work, and you can see that coming out of this column is this stitch. Now these 3 stitches are going to become the I-cord that go up along the side of the shawl. And if I were to pick up this stitch, this first stitch, it would essentially be a lifted increase. And that's not really the look that I want for this garment. So we're actually going to skip this first one, and we're going to pick up the top part of the second stitch of the column, and we knit it. This is a pick up and knit, not just a pick up. So I'm going to go all the way to the end with my stitches, and you are going to find that you are 1 stitch short when you get here to the end. Or maybe you are not like me and you can count. Even if you do have enough stitches when you get to the end here, though, you're going to have this sort of ugly knot right here, this knob. Even if you didn't start with a slip knot, you're still going to have an ugly knot here. And so we're going to get rid of that. If you have the right number of stitches, you can just knit 2 together on your way back. But we're going to pick up an additional stitch. What we've been picking up is the top of the first column's worth of stitches. If you look right here to this second stitch, we're going to pick up the bottom side of the second column, which is this guy right here. We're going to pick him up, and we're going to force him up here, and it's going to essentially do this and hide the knot in the back. So I'm just going to pick this up right like this. Oops, don't drop your stitches, Haley. I'm going to knit that, not with the tail. Knit it with the working yarn. There we go. Okay, and that essentially shoves the knot into the back of the work and hides the tail and gives you a smoother, cleaner line going up. And this last stitch here is going to become your slipped stitch, which is going to give you a nice straight edge. And then you're going to have your cable. It's all going to blend together and look nice and smooth.